Hey everybody, it's Ken from Not So Ordinary Woodworks. A little while ago, a neighbor of mine gave me a rigid 4512 as a gift. He just wasn't using it anymore. I love it. However, it had a lot of surface rust on it. Had it be, it was left out in his shed, and the moisture just put a lot of surface rust on it. I know a lot of you also have some surface rust on your saws, just because over time, that starts to happen. So today's video, we're going to show you how we can go from this to this, and a little bit of can-do attitude. This way, we can get that saw back in the shop, pumping out projects, so you can make some money. So come along, and I'll show you how I got mine ready for the shop.
Not so ordinary woodworks, making things nobody's ever seen. Not so let's get started. Come on, join the team.
So we're going to clean the top of my table saw. As you can tell, it's covered in rust. It needs a little TLC. So we're going to be using Black & Decker square sander. You can use a block sander, WD-40, Varathane Finishing Wax, or you can use Min-Wax Finishing Wax, and 320 grit square sanding paper. You can use an orbital sander. However, when you use an orbital sander, you want to turn the pad to make sure that the pad isn't, you want to cover the holes so that if you're going to wet sand it, so that the WD-40 doesn't get sucked into the sander and gunk it all up, because there's really no way you're going to be able to clean that. So if you want to use an orbital sander, you're going to turn this so that the holes are covered up, if you can. Make sure the holes are offset. Problem is with these Diablos, there's always a hole somewhere where it's going to touch another hole. So I don't even use the orbital sander altogether. You can. Again, it's going to gunk up your sander though, so I don't recommend it. So we're going to start. It's been soaking. I soaked it overnight, so almost 24 hours. And then I just sprayed it again really quick. We're going to see how the 320 works. Screaming, beaming. We're going to go ahead and see how that turned out. Oh yeah. Okay, it looks like, he left stuff on it. The miter saw was left on it. It just looks like it was never taken care of by the person I got it from. Now I'm gonna try and sand it with no WD-40 on it and see what happens. The difference is, it's unbelievable. Like, it started off with just rust everywhere. Again, it's not going to be showroom quality shine, but if you guys saw, from the beginning of the video till now, you'll see that it's night and day difference. Just sending it through the grits. I was going to use the electric sander, but it turns out it doesn't work as great as I thought it would. So I'm just doing it by hand, which takes twice as long, but it gets the job done. I just want to hit this so I don't accidentally scratch it. I don't think I can, but I don't know. Again, I don't know. Maybe. Wipe it. Oh my God. Right. Back to the 220. Down to the 320. It should be good. Like I said, it's my first time doing this ever. I've never cleaned a saw before, so I'm kind of, this is how I would clean some components. I'm guessing this is the same process on cast iron. Cast iron is cast iron. First I did 120 in the crack. Now I'm coming back to the 220, wiping it off in between. So it's already starting to look better. $320 in the hole. In the hole. There's in the hole. This is the messiest thing I've ever done. Outside of working on engines. I'll send that one through. God. First time. The best. Okay, so now you can see night and day difference. All the rust is gone. Most of it's gone. 98% of it's gone. We're gonna clean up the WD-40 residue with some mineral spirits. We're gonna pour it on and we're gonna clean it up and you just kind of wipe it until it's dry. And you can kind of feel right when you hit it, you can start to see some of the stuff coming up, but you can feel the WD-40 coming up. So I'm going to go at it a second time to make sure all of the residue is off. Make sure again you do it in a well ventilated area. It's very stinky. Alright, now that we have our surface cleaned, as you can tell, it came out very nice. In a lengthy process. We're going to apply our Varathane paste wax natural. You can use Minwax. Varathane's the Home Depot brand. That's what's close to me. Otherwise you can get the other stuff at you can get the other stuff at Lowe's or Menards, but same thing. So I'm gonna apply a coat of it with just you can use a rag, an old t-shirt, paper towel, whatever you want to use to put it on, and then you gotta kind of wipe it off with a dry. I'm gonna wipe it off with a dry shirt piece, and then I'm gonna put a second coat on, and then just and then you're done. That's it. And then you're ready to rock and roll. Let's get this thing open. Yeah. So I cut a little piece of a t-shirt, And legend has it, when you're doing that with a razor blade, try not to cut your finger. Alright, some hydrogen peroxide, Band-Aid, we're back in business. Alright, so let's get it open. Yes, this is a bracket. It's not a paint opener. It's a bracket from a generator that I bought. But it works. So that's what it looks like. Nothing special. Nothing special. Gum it up. Gum it up. There we go. So we're gonna apply it like a car wax. Wax on. Putting it on all surfaces, I guess, would be good. Put it over here for now. Just kind of. Make sure you get inside your slots here. Wipe it on nice. And we got a whole container of it too, so you don't have to be stingy with it. Make sure you get everything. Just don't hit the blade. Always check your batteries in your camera. Or your phone. Whatever you're recording with. Come back when it's a little bit of dry. It's a little bit of dry. And we'll wipe it off. Now, as you can tell, it's got kind of a milky white, not like car wax, but you can tell it's dry. You know. So that's where you kind of want it. Alright, so we're back. We're going to go ahead and just kind of wipe it off. Now you could use a buffing pad. I don't have that. Not cool. Alright, we're back. We did the initial coat. I let it dry for about an hour and a half. It says 2 to 3 hours. I recommend it. But it hasn't been done in so long, I put a second coat on it. And now I just finished wiping it off. As you can tell, shines like a dime. But yeah, I mean, look guys, it turned out really good. I mean, from what it was to what it is, it's unbelievable. Definitely worth it, and I definitely recommend people do this to their table saws to keep the maintenance up on them. You know, a healthy table saw is a safe table saw, and this rigid is going to fuel the future. It's just a little old. That's alright. Sometimes older is better. Alright. Thank you for joining me for that tutorial on how to clean the tabletop of your saw. Now, as you saw before, it was a rusty nightmare. We ended up changing from a square sander electrical to just using a block sander by hand, manual. It seemed to work better. And again, I went through the grits and we got a beautiful top ready for the future builds of Not So Ordinary Woodworks. Thanks for joining me. Couldn't kill you if you hit that subscribe button either.
Thank you for watching Not So Ordinary Woodworks. So come on back, y'all, for another build.